the star of Nighthawk.
Yodaka no Hoshi.
Miyazawa Kenji. The Yodaka is a very ugly bird, whose face is spotty as if soybean paste were rubbed, whose bills are wide and torn toward ears, whose legs are so slender that he can't walk even a few steps. The other birds don't want to see him at the first sight of him. For instance, the skylark, though not a very beautiful one, thinks herself much more beautiful than him. That's why she turns away from him, closing her eyes when she meets him in the evening. The smaller birds always speak ill of him.
Look, he appeared again. Look at that ugly figure. He is a dishonor to us birds.
What large bills he has. He must be a relative of frogs.
By the way, he is not a brother of hawk, much less belongs to the relative of it. In reality, he is a brother of the beautiful kingfisher or the pretty hummingbird, such as a jewel in the birds. The hummingbird drinks the nectar of flowers, the kingfisher eats fish, and the jungle nightjar eats flying insect. However, as he has neither sharp claws nor sharp bills, any small birds don't have to be afraid of him. Why is he called Yodaka? That's because he has so powerful wings that he looks like a hawk when he flies briskly, and he cries sharply like a hawk. The hawk himself hates these things. So when the hawk meets him, it always says to him, expanding the wings,
"Change your name as soon as possible."
One evening, the hawk at last visited his nest.
"Why haven't you changed your name yet? How shameless you are! You and I are quite different. I can fly to wherever I want to go in the blue sky. On the other hand, you show yourself only on a cloudy day or in the evening. Look at my bills and claws and compare mine with yours."
Mr. Hawk, it's impossible, because my name was endowed by the god.
"It's not impossible. I'll give you a good name to you. You should be called Achihiyo. It's a good name, isn't it? You must announce your new name to the other birds, hanging the tag written Achihiyo around your neck, saying in greeting, 'I'm Achihiyo from now.'"
I'll never do such an unworthy thing.
"You must do that. Do that by the morning of the day after tomorrow, or you'll be dead. I'll visit every nest early in the morning on that day and ask whether you visited there or not. If I should find a nest you haven't visited yet, that's it. Do you understand?"
It's too bad. I'd rather die now than do such a thing. Please kill me now.
"Well, have second thought about it later. It's not a bad name."
The hawk flapped his large wings and flew away toward his nest in the mountain. Yodaka considered for a while, closing his eyes. Why is it that they hate me? I wonder if my face is spotty. My bills are so wide, but I haven't committed a wrong thing. On the contrary, I helped a squab of the white-eye that was fallen down from the nest. Nevertheless, she got her child back from me as if she pulled her child apart from a robber and laughed at me. In addition, I was told by the hawk to hang the tag of, "Ikitsu" around my neck. How miserable I am! It was getting dark. He flew out of the nest and flew around just under the dark clouds. He opened his bills and flapped about like an arrow in the sky. The flying insect plunged into his throat. Soon the clouds got gray and it was the flaming sunset sky behind the mountains. One beetle entered his throat and struggled hard to get free. When he swallowed it at once, he felt chilly. The clouds became perfectly dark. Another beetle got into his throat and struggled hard. When he managed to swallow it, he felt horrified and cried loudly. He flew around in the sky, crying hard. Alas! I eat to kill beetles and many flying insects every evening. This time I'll be killed by a hawk. Why do I feel so miserable? I won't eat them and starve to death. Before that, the hawk will kill me. No, before that, I'll fly and fly away from him beyond the mountains. He flew as fast as possible to his young brother, the kingfisher, who said to him,
"Good evening, brother. Do you have anything emergent?"
"No. I have just dropped here before I go to the distant place."
"Brother, you mustn't go. Please don't leave me alone. I'll miss you."
"I've no choice but to do so. Please don't ask me anymore. Goodbye."
"Brother, what's wrong with you? Please wait a minute."
"No, I can't stay here anymore. Goodbye. I'll never see you. Goodbye." He returned to his nest, crying. The night began to dawn in the short summer. He cleaned his nest and left there. The sun started to rise in the east. Though it was so dazzling, he flew like an arrow toward the sun. "Mr. Sun, please take me to you. I'm ready to be burned to death. Even an ugly bird like me will emit a small fire when it is burned. Please take me to you." However hard he flew toward the sun was still far, far away. The sun said to him,
"You are Yodaka, aren't you? I feel great sorry for you. You had better ask the stars, because you aren't the bird of day."
He felt dizzy and stopped flapping his wings until he landed on the grass in the field and lost his consciousness. Something cold dropped on his head and he became conscious. A dew dropped on him from a pampas grass. It was dark at night and the stars were twinkling in the sky. He flew up into the night sky and headed for the beautiful star of Orion in the west, cry out, "Mr. Orion, please take me to you, I'm ready to be burned to death." But the Orion ignored him, singing a brave song. So Yodaka headed for the Canis Major in the south and cried to him, "Mr. Canis Major, please take me to you, I'm ready to be burned to death." But the Canis Major, getting blue or purple or yellow in a hurried manner, cried to him,
"Talk nonsense! Who do you think you are? You're a mere bird. It'll take you a billion, a trillion, a quadrillion to fly to me."
Though he was so disappointed, he this time headed for the Polaris in the north, and cried to him, "Mr. Polaris, please take me to you." The Polaris said to him solemnly,
"Be cool. Don't think such a thing. You'd better dive into the sea."
Though he was again so disappointed, he cried to the Aquila, beyond the Milky Way, "Mr. White Star in the east, please take me to you, I'm ready to be burned to death." The eagle said to him arrogantly,
"It's out of question. To be a star, you must be decent and rich."
He was so disappointed and shut his wings and nearly crashed against the earth. He flew up and up into the sky again like a rocket. He felt he would be frozen to death in the high sky. When he opened his eyes, he noticed himself glowing faintly. Beside him, he saw Cassiopeia. He kept on glowing. He is glowing even now as the star of jungle nightjar.
Oshimai.